feel like I'm a little closer than usual. Whatever. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby, if you are not already familiar with me, and I love to talk all things personal finance, organization, and lifestyle. Today's video is going to be the December financial reset. Last month of the year, wild. I am not gonna say that I can't believe it's December. I say that in every video, so I'm not gonna do that. I am so excited for today's video. I can't wait to get into my budget numbers for November. We're gonna check in on how I did with my budget this month, and then we're also gonna be setting a budget for December. I'm going to be talking all things money, all things relating to finances. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around for this video. Also, consider subscribing and giving this video a like if you like it. It really helps me out with the engagement. Also, consider following me on Instagram. I think a couple of you may not know, but I have a business Instagram. I love to post all things relating to personal finance on there, and then even just like photos, carousels. A lot of you follow me on my personal Instagram, but I'm way more active on my business Instagram. So if you're not already following me there, consider following me. I want to thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. I cannot believe I'm saying those words. I have been an Ana Luisa fan for years now, and the fact that I have a sponsorship with them is blowing my mind. So thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason I'm able to get these amazing sponsorships, and thank you guys also for just being cool with sponsorships. I don't do them a ton, but I am doing back-to-back sponsored videos here, so I really appreciate the support. Ana Luisa makes beautiful curated jewelry pieces that are backed by their 2-year warranty. You can tell that they believe in their products, and the best part about it is you do not have to pay an arm and a leg to get quality jewelry pieces. Ana Luisa's pricing starts at just $39. If you missed my holiday gift guide, I included some Ana Luisa pieces in that. I mentioned in that video that the Huggies I wear every single day in my ears, I purchased 2 years ago, and they have yet to show any signs of wear. Actually, I think every single earring in my ear right now is Ana Luisa. So even just my cartilage ones are just the basic gold Huggies, and I've had them for years and years, and I can stand behind the quality of these items, especially with gold vermeil. I have had so many gold vermeil items wear over time and look like absolute crap. So I just love that I can buy these items that are much lower in price, but yet the quality is still there. I have worn these earrings in the shower every single time I shower. I've worn them in the ocean. I have worn them for every moment of every single day. So they have gone through basically the ultimate wear test. I do not take these out of my ears ever. I recently picked up these beautiful drop gem Huggies. So it's like a Huggy earring, but it has a drop gem on them. And these are the Elise earrings. I think that they are absolutely stunning. I got these for the wedding I am going to in a little bit under a week. I definitely will be wearing these then, but I do think that they are wearable enough for day to day. I also picked up this beautiful pebble necklace. I have a lot of necklaces, and I usually go for tinier, more delicate pieces, but I was looking for something a little bit more statement while still being wearable day to day. And I absolutely love this. There are a couple of different settings, so you can make it longer or shorter, which I also love because I don't have a lot of longer necklaces. So this is definitely going to be something I layer with my necklaces. I love their stuff because you can easily stack items together and combine things, and they all look really nice together. Sometimes the shade of gold is different when you use different forms of jewelry. So I love how, for example, in my ear, all of the gold in my ear is just the exact same shade, and they just look beautiful together. It is officially Black Friday season, and Ana Luisa is giving you guys 30% off site-wide. So it's honestly the best time to stack some of your favorites or buy these as a gift. Click the link in my description box down below to check out Ana Luisa's Black Friday sale before it's over. Happy shopping, and please remember to shop responsibly. Okay, I have a couple other items I just want to touch on before we get into the budget. I will put a timestamp on the screen when I dive into the actual numbers if you're interested, but I do have some items to cover relating to my 2026 budget tracker. I did just want to quickly mention that I am running a Black Friday sale on all of my budget trackers. This does not include the 2026 one. That will be up in a couple of weeks. This is like my end of year sale I usually run, where you can get the older budget trackers for an extremely discounted rate. They are 75% off, so use the code YouTube75 to get 75% off. This covers covers all of my items on Etsy right now. I was gonna run it only until December 1st, but I think this video is going up on December 1st, so I'm actually going to extend the sale to December 3rd. I will say though that the 2026 budget tracker will drop in a couple of weeks, and I usually run a 60% off sale when I launch. Not as discounted, but still heavily discounted. So if you wanna wait for that, I would recommend waiting. So now that we're talking about the 2026 budget tracker, I am gonna be running some testing. A lot of you guys showed interest in testing the 2026 budget tracker, and I have a form. I'm gonna put it in the description box down below to submit yourself to be a tester. I am gonna cap it out at just 10 people just because I do need to limit the number of people who are giving me feedback. I just don't want a million emails. It is gonna be first come, first served, and I am gonna prioritize people who have experience with using an online budget tracker. I am looking for people to find like every single bug in this. If you're not certain on how to use this budget tracker, this is probably not gonna be the best fit for you. In the form, I do just want you guys to let me know your experience with using budget trackers, and that is available in the form. It has like a little section for giving me your history with the budget tracker. In return for the testing, you will get the full package of the 2026 budget trackers. So your choice of any of the colors once it officially launches. The testing is gonna be done with just a single color. And this is going to be a bit of a quick timeline. There probably will only be about a week's time for the testing just because I am hoping to launch mid-December. If you're really busy at this time of the year, maybe this isn't the right time for the testing. Just consider that when you're submitting yourself. And then I have one more quick shout out. I just quickly wanted to let you guys know that the Ultra Human rings are on 30% discount until December 1st. So I know this is going up December 1st, but that will be the last day of the sale. If you are interested, I will have my link in the description box down below. Okay, we can officially get started. If this is your first video of mine, I am a 31-year-old. I live in Canada, so all of the numbers in my budget tracker are in Canadian dollars. I have a partner. We live together in this apartment we rent, so I don't have a mortgage. I have a paid off car, so I don't have any car debt. I don't have any student debt. I have no debt at all. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have a salary from that, and then I do YouTube and social media and digital product sales on the side as a side hustle. Without further ado, let's dive in to the numbers for November. I was expecting November to be quite an expensive month because I usually do quite a bit of shopping during Black Friday for myself, but I'm also purchasing all of my Christmas gifts usually during Black Friday. So the budget I set was quite high. Let's cover the overall numbers. So my income total for the month was $10,215. Expenses and bills were $6,391, which is quite high for me, but we'll talk more about that. Savings was $22.46. A good chunk of this is savings for my business taxes. So not all of that is just like straight up savings. Investments were at $2,400, and then credit card payments were at $5,600, which is also quite high. At the top here, we have all of our cash, savings, and credit account balances. This is a really cool thing with this budget tracker is you can keep track of exactly how much money is sitting in your accounts. I always found that the total remaining on my budget never lined up with what was sitting in my checking account. So I do have the feature so you can actually track how much is sitting in your accounts. Let's go over some of the visuals. I love looking at the 50-30-20 split chart. This is a common thing in personal finance is they suggest that 50% of your spending should go towards your needs, 30% should go towards your wants, and 20% should go toward your savings. I personally like to follow a completely different split. I like to aim for, at the very minimum, 30% going towards savings, and even more than that because a good chunk of my savings are actually going towards my taxes, my business taxes. I usually like to aim more towards the 40% mark. And I also, by design, have low fixed expenses. That is something I love because if I were to lose my job tomorrow, I can completely cut out a good chunk of these wants, which is a good chunk of my spending, and I could probably live on quite a bit less. I don't think that anything would be scarier to me than having like an incredibly high mortgage or like really high fixed expenses. Like that would really scare me. I love the peace of mind of being able to control how much money I'm spending every single month. So my split for November was 38% savings. So not quite at that 40%, but close. So I'm happy with that. Needs are at 19.5%, and then wants are at 42.4%, which was expected because of all of the shopping this month. Let's go to my budget overview here. So you can see I actually have $10.37 left over. So we actually did really well with everything. I wanted to put as much money onto my credit cards as possible. I didn't want to have super high credit card bills in December because I'm actively shopping right now for gifts and all of that sort of stuff. I've just been throwing extra money onto my cards. That's why this is so close to zero, as I basically just did my budget, looked at it at the very end of the month, and then decided to transfer over whatever was left over onto my credit cards. Let's go through all of the tables. So savings income, I was expecting to take out $750 $50 from my personal flex sinking fund. Savings income is basically how you can pay yourself from your savings accounts. Because this isn't actual income, you're paying yourself from your own money. I wanted to keep this separate in this budget tracker. So that is how you basically take funds out of your savings account and then balance your budget, is by using this table. I was also expecting to take $1,000 out of my holiday fund, which is where I saved for all of my Christmas gifts. But because I was able to cover my credit cards this month without taking out of my savings, I did that. Next month, if I need to, I will pull from those accounts. I'm just gonna wait and see how much income I have coming in. Just because I have variable income with my business, I will usually do this. I'll plan to pull money out of my savings, and then if I don't need to, I won't, just because, you know, it's easier to leave money in there. Income, my income is officially maxed out, basically. It's been going up just because I've hit my max on my CPP and my EI. So my paychecks for the 2 paychecks of the month were sitting at $29.51. And then Etsy income, I made $2,600 from Etsy, which is incredible. YouTube AdSense was a little bit lower. October was a little bit lower of a view month for me, so that's at $12.96. Gumroad, I made $245, which is way higher than normal. I have no idea what video made my Notion tracker more popular this month, but it happened. And then alternate business income, this is just any other income I'm making. It could be brand deals, it could be commissions, it could be literally anything else. I just like to lump it all together in here. So that was $150 there. Okay, expenses. Let's talk about it. So I budgeted $5,300 and I only spent $48.61. I'm so proud of myself. I will say I'm surprised how high some of my categories are because I didn't feel like I was spending a lot of money this month. So I had a very sobering moment when I sat down and plugged everything in, but we'll go over it. So groceries are at $542. I budgeted $475. This is pretty good, I would say. I think this is one of our lower grocery months. Let me see what we did for October. Oh, October was super low, $473. Okay, I lied. I think that's why I set my $475 for November. Okay, yeah. So it's a low-ish grocery month, but not the lowest. Transportation, I'm only $6 over. So I'm super happy with that. $150 is pretty low for me. Considering usually how much I've been driving like to my mom's house and back, I'm pretty happy with that. Eating out was $292. I budgeted $200. I think this is a little over because we bought dinner for my brother and his girlfriend because they took care of our cats when we went away in October. And we like had a very late dinner after that. So we paid for a full dinner for them. So I think that's why this is so high. And then me and David also did a date night. We haven't been doing date nights much, so I'm not mad at all about this. Coffee, we are over budget on coffee. We ended up buying our favorite beans from Vancouver. Our favorite coffee shop is Nemesis, and they do online coffee bean delivery. So we ordered $150 worth of beans from them. So $75 of the $150 is just beans alone. Actually, I think more than that. I think we bought a little bag of beans at the beginning of the month as well. We've just been really enjoying higher quality beans with our Breville machine, and we've both just kind of agreed that we don't mind spending more on having just really good quality coffee at home. It's one of the luxuries in life that we prioritize, basically. Drinking and cannabis, I spent $64 on drinking, you guys. I am very proud of myself. We've been barely drinking, and that is completely different from what it was for the last like 6 months. Proud of that one. Clothes, you guys. I budgeted $1,200 to spend on clothes during Black Friday. Every single year, I usually do this thing where I give myself like an $800 budget and then I spend like $1,500. Like I usually do this self-sabotage thing where the second I go over my budget, I go, oh, I'm over budget. Let me just ruin my budget for the whole month and just go crazy. And I actually was really struggling to think of things I needed this month, especially because we're moving soon. I really don't want to bring things in that I'm gonna have to just move. So I was just being a lot more conscious with my spending. And I think 200 of this $600 was actually at the very end of October. Aritzia launched an app and they had 20% off everything if you use the app. So I think I actually got better deals during that sale than I did with their Black Friday sale. Like a lot of the stuff I bought during the Black Friday sale, I got like $5 or $8 off or something like that. They do very weird sales sometimes where you get like hardly any money off, but everything's discounted. So yeah, I'm very proud of the spending this month. I did an Aritzia haul at the beginning of the month and I did another one a few days ago and I had $100 $150 gift card I got for my birthday. So the second haul, I only spent $20. I think the first haul I spent 200 and something. And then I think I bought swimsuits from Night Swim, which is Gabby Cheyenne's swim brand. I love her swimsuits. I'm leaving to Mexico in 3 days, so I bought those for that. I don't think they're gonna come in time. I don't think they've even shipped yet. Alas, I'm a little sad about it, but whatever. I'll have them for the summer, and I got a really good discount on the swimsuits as well. I got 2 full swimsuits. I think I spent $140 or something like that, where usually each swimsuit runs about $100 something dollars. Okay, beauty, $536. So I'm actually kind of surprised I'm over on this because I did a Sephora haul during the VIB sale, and I actually returned a couple items from my original haul. I did purchase a new foundation, so I returned the foundation I originally bought and then bought a new one. So I guess I didn't return that much stuff. I think I returned like $70. And what else would the beauty category be? Let me take a look here. Yeah, so I spent $340 originally on my Sephora VIB order. Did I not return part of it? Oh, right. Okay, so I actually think this needs to be updated. I think I need to update the number of what I actually spent, because I spent $340 originally, but then I returned some items. So that needs to be updated. So this might actually be under budget. Let me actually find out. So I should have gotten negative $44.78 on this original order here. Negative $44.78. Okay, so yeah, my original order then is $296.15, and therefore my beauty spend is at $491. So we're at $9 below budget. You guys, I'm proud of myself. This is probably the best Black Friday I've ever had. Fun, I budgeted 50, I spent 20. Our cats, we budgeted 200, we spend 168. My mom's cat just passed away. Unfortunately, we had to put him down, and she had a bunch of pretty litter. So she's just been giving us her pretty litters. I think for the next few months, not a few months, maybe like a month or two, we shouldn't have to buy litter, which is a big expense. Health, I budgeted 200 and I spent 556. So this is partially why I didn't spend as much on clothes, is because I bought a workout plan, a workout guide, and $556 seems insane for a workout guide, but it is an 8-month program and it's like super well done. It's Elsie Wolf's plan here on YouTube, and I'm already so pleased with it. I'm loving it so much. It was in USD when I purchased it, so I think it was like 310 or something like that in USD, and my brain didn't want to do the math to Canadian, so when it came up on my credit card, I was like, oh, okay, I probably wouldn't have paid for that, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. And I never spend money on fitness. It's just something I don't like to spend money on. I don't go to fitness classes. I don't pay for gym memberships. I just use my apartment gym, and I usually make my own programs. And I think that's actually kept me stagnant with my fitness for quite a while. I'm not good at pushing myself if I don't have a plan. So this is money that I think is well spent, and it did force me to spend less on clothes and physical items. Happy to spend it. She's also a small creator, and she's like starting her own business. So I love supporting other women who are doing really cool things. Happy with that. Gifts, I have been lagging on my gifts. I have not purchased many of my gifts yet, so that is something that I have to carry over into December, unfortunately. I think I'll be shopping for most of these this weekend, I would say, probably, like Thursday, Friday, that kind of thing, but I'm not gonna include it in this month's budget, so it will be officially in November, but because I end my budget early so I can do these videos for you guys, it'll be in my December budget. So I've only spent 410 of the budgeted 1,500 that I was meaning to. Oh yes, another Black Friday purchase me and David did was we got a projector for our bedroom. Basically, my brother gave us his TV. He lent us his TV when he wasn't using it at his apartment for our bedroom, and then he wanted it back. So he took it back, and then I really missed having a TV just because David is in so many fantasy leagues and is constantly watching sports, and I really don't enjoy watching sports. I really wanted to have a second TV so I could watch TV, and we just didn't want to buy another one that we're gonna have to sell or haul back to Vancouver when we move back. So a projector was like a perfect in-between thing to do. Yeah, it's tiny, it's so cute. The tech on it is incredible. I'm already so impressed with it. Absolutely loving that purchase. We did use our credit card points to cover a good chunk of it, so I think 187 is what I owed for my half. Or did I buy anything else? Oh yes, I did purchase a fragrance for our diffuser as well. I think the projector I only owed 127 is all I owed, so that's great. Fantastic. Miscellaneous, which is just the category I put purchases I don't recognize or anything on the couples card that that is, I just don't know what it is. Usually it's Amazon, honestly, because it'll just say Amazon and I don't know exactly what it is. Me and David have different Amazon accounts. So sometimes he'll buy something with the couple's account and I don't know exactly what it is. So I just usually chuck it here. So I budgeted $150 and we spent $240, which is fine. Travel, I purchased flights to go to Vancouver in January. So that was $216.75. Donations, I budgeted $90 and I haven't done my second donation. This is just like my auto donation I do every single month. So I do want to top this up. Yeah, I'll do that today. I won't forget. And then business expenses, I had $671 of business expenses. I just did some gifting for creators that have really supported my budget tracker this year. So I did some shopping for them. So that was the business expense there. So my total with the business expenses is $4,800. My total without the business expenses is $4,145. And considering I budgeted $5,300, I'm actually very, very pleased with that. Bills and subscriptions, we're back to our regular rent. No late fees this month, so that's great. Oh, yes, I have to talk about this. I missed my credit card payment, you guys. I haven't done that in probably 3 or 4 years now. I just completely spaced and forgot about it. I was so busy this month. This was such a crazy month for me with the budget tracker launching, still getting YouTube content up, trying to still upload on my Instagram. My work has been crazy. My 9 to 5 has been absolutely nuts. And then my mom bought a house and I'm doing all of the paperwork for it. I'm doing all the legal stuff. I'm doing all the financials, all of it. So my month has been absolute insanity and I just completely forgot to pay my credit card. I had $92 of interest, you guys. I saw it and I was like sick to my stomach. And I think I missed it by like a day or two. Like I paid it 2 days later. Just disgusting. So pay your credit cards because the interest is disgusting on it if you forget. Mobile, my phone plan is still higher. Not sure why. I hate it. I need to call TELUS. I'm actually gonna probably, I'm probably too busy right now to shop for a new plan, but I'll plan for Boxing Day. I'll try to find a new mobile provider for Boxing Day. Internet was 71, which is a little higher than it usually is. I have no idea why. Ren is just a subscription I pay for. On November 30th, I'll be auto-charged for Epidemic Pro, which is how I get music for YouTube. So that'll go through, but that will be in my December budget. So let me just quickly add that into December so I don't forget, because technically it wants to add it in on the 30th of November. So what was that again? $87.72? Okay, yeah, I think all of my subscriptions are gonna be next month. So that's something I have to pay attention to. My parking's $150 and my pet payment for my apartment is $20 a month. So my total for all of my bills and subscriptions was $15.29. As I mentioned, much lower than my expenses every single month. That is by choice, that is by design. Savings, I did not really stick to my savings plan. I wanted to shovel most of my savings into my personal long-term account, and that's because I have some goals for next year. Big goals. I definitely want to start saving for those, and I'm not prioritizing my other sinking funds quite as much. I'm still putting a little money into the ones that are important to me, like my car fund, my cat fund, my weddings fund, and my holiday fund. Weddings fund is for attending weddings, or if I have enough money left over after that for my wedding in the future. I do plan on getting married at some point. We don't know exactly when, but at some point. And we know we have another destination wedding next year. So I do want to be mindful of putting money in this account. And then holiday fund, I put $50 in there, even though I'm pulling money out next month. Business save, I put 5% of what I make for my business into my savings account for buying equipment, upgrading things, that kind of stuff. Business taxes, I owed about $1,300 there. Personal long-term account, put $450 in there, as I mentioned. Investments, I decided to invest $200 extra beyond what I typically invest. I invest $1,100 bi-weekly every single time I get my paycheck from work. So I threw an extra $200 in there. And then credit cards, as I mentioned, were pretty fat. I threw $3,600 onto my TD Visa and $2,000 onto my couple's Amex. Is there anything else I'd like to cover? So let's go to the top 10 spending categories. So number 1 was my retirement. That's amazing. Next is my business taxes. Next is my rent. Next is business expenses, then clothes, then health. Number 1 in November was not clothes, and that is something to be proud of. And yeah, savings rate was 22% and investment rate was 23%. I usually like to hit 30% investment rate, a little bit low on that, but considering the high spend month, I am not mad about it. And you can see here my interest charge, oh my fucking God, $96. Don't think there's too much. Oh yes, I forgot to talk about this with the beauty category. So yeah, I had my Sephora that I mentioned, but then I also got my nails done for the first time in forever, you guys. I don't think I've had my nails done since before COVID, so it's been 5 years. years. I do them myself now to save money. And my God, thank God I do, because my nails and my pedicure together were $196 with tip. How are you girls doing it? If you get your nails done every single month, that's crazy. I mean, you're probably not getting a pedicure every single month, but the pedicure was $50. The nails were the expensive part. Do you guys just find cheaper people? Like, I'm actually genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments if you get your nails done regularly, how do you afford it? Because this is, I guess you could probably just prioritize it like anything else. I mean, I get Botox, so I can't really talk, but yeah, I like to do like prioritize one major thing. So for me, I'll spend money on Botox because I can't do that at home. Whereas like other beauty treatments, I'll do at home because I can. Like laminating my eyebrows, curling my lashes, getting my nails done, that kind of thing, I usually just do at home to save some money. Okay, December. So December for me is usually the hangover month after November, where I usually bring my spending right back down because I usually am sick with how much I spend in November, but I'm actually feeling really good about November. So I don't think I'm gonna, you know, have that exact same experience this month, but I do still want to be mindful of spending just because I don't need to buy myself anything because there's so many gifts that I'm going to be receiving at the end of the month and it's just not necessary. Like, why would I buy myself clothes or something like that? That's just ridiculous. I'm going to go zero on clothes before we even get going here. Okay, let's just do the budget first, and then if I need to pull money from my savings, I totally can. So I will budget a little bit closer to my actual income now for my paychecks because I just want to have a better understanding of exactly how much I will have to pull out of my sinking funds. Not a 3 paycheck month, unfortunately. So let's go Etsy. I will be launching my budget tracker in December. So my Etsy income, I imagine, will be higher than usual. I'm going to put 3,000. It could be below that. It could be above that. I'm not too sure, but I think 3,000 is a safe number. Usually launch is when I make the most sales all year. So hopefully that's the case. YouTube AdSense, I think I'm going to have probably about 17 or 1,800 from AdSense this month. Gumroad, I'll leave it 100, which is like my usual. Alternate business income, I can't really predict this. I don't really know. Getting paid from stuff is weird and can happen at any time. So I'm gonna put 100 here. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'll put 100 there. I think that's okay. Okay. What's happening in December? This is something I've started doing with you guys, is instead of just showing you what I decided for my budget, is I kind of like running through it myself. So obviously we have Christmas. That's a big one. I'm also away for part of December on my trip. So there could be some trip related expenses at the beginning of the month. Then I'll be launching my budget tracker. I have a friend's birthday I'm going to. Oh, we're also going to the Rocky Mountains for a little weekend trip. So I think that's gonna be like 170 something, I think, at least there. I haven't paid for it. I'm gonna go 300 for travel for that little weekend trip. Gifts, I think I probably have, I said 1,500 for gifts. I think I spent 400. So let's say $1,100 for Christmas gifts. And then I have a friend's birthday. So I'm gonna go 1,200 for gifts here. I want to over budget instead of under budget. Groceries, I'm gonna stick with 500. Transportation, I'm gonna go 150 again. I think that's fair. Eating out, because we're traveling and it's also gonna be a busy month, there's a good chance I'll be ordering food in a little bit more than normal. I'm gonna go 200 here. Coffee, I'm gonna go 100. I think that's fair, especially now that we have beans. Drinking, it's the holiday season, so I'm gonna go 125. I think that's fine. Clothes, 0. Beauty, I do not need anything beauty-wise. I think I'm gonna leave this at 100 just because there's usually something that runs out that I regularly use, whether it's like razors, lotion, face wash, that kind of thing. I'm just gonna leave 100 there for that. 50 for my fun budget. I think that's fair. Actually, I'm gonna go 100 in case we do like some sort of Christmas event. That usually is like a little bit more expensive than just the general thing I buy. Our cats, we don't have to buy litter and just food. So I'm gonna go, I think 150 is fine. We'll leave it there. Health, I might need to buy a supplement or two. So I'm gonna leave 100 there. Home, I don't think I need anything for the home. I'll put 20 bucks in case something comes up. Miscellaneous, I have noticed that this category is usually always about $250 to $300. So I'm just gonna leave that there. 300 for travel, as I mentioned. Did I do 400? Oh, I guess anything I spend in Mexico would also be in here. I'm gonna go 500 here. 600? 600, let's be safe. Donations, I'm gonna aim to donate a little bit more in December. I really wanna do food bank donations just because obviously it's the holidays and the thought of anyone not having a Christmas dinner makes me sick. Business expenses, I don't think I plan on having any business expenses and no moving expenses, which is great. Oh my God, my bills. Okay, we don't have renter's insurance, so that can go. Canva, 150. Internet, mobile, okay. Ren, yes. CapCut is expensive, my golly. Epidemic Pro also. Couples Amex charge I can remove. Natural Cycles, this is also the discounted rate I got last year, so I think it's going up to like 130 if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I'm gonna renew Teza right away. That's like a photo editing app. I don't think I need to renew that right away. Audible, I think I can cancel that for the month so I can give myself some money back. And then 150 and 20. So basically the same amount, even though I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done all of my subscriptions at the same time. That's kind of stupid anyway. So my budget's sitting at $36.95, which is pretty good considering $1,200 for gifts. So I'm pretty happy with that. I save $400 every single paycheck. So I'll make sure that savings add up to $800 outside of my business savings. So let's do 300 here, 100 here. Probably should start thinking about replenishing the holiday fund if I pull from it. Actually, no, I'm gonna skip holiday fund because if I don't actually need to pull money from it, then I just have it available for next year. Weddings fund, let's go 100. Oh my God, that's not right. So we're at 500, 600, 700, 800. I think that makes sense. And then I want to set my formula here. So I always take the business income that I budget for. So that's all 4 of these. And then I times that by 0.05 for business save, because that's 5%. What did I do wrong? Oh, not 80. Okay. And then I'll take this exact formula, copy it over to business taxes. Oh, that was in the business taxes column. And then business save. Okay. So we're going to be saving about $2,500, which is high. And then investments, I want to try to aim to do an extra $200 again, if my budget allows. Oh, no, it don't. No, it don't. Okay, so I will have to pull money from my sinking funds, which is fine. So I need $2,200 basically from my sinking funds. So my holiday fund, I think, is at $1,500. I can pull from there. So I'll actually only use $1,200 of that, because that's how much I'm planning on spending on gifts. And then we still need about $1,000. So I'll pull from my personal flex. I think I have $750 available there. And then if I need to, I can pull from my travel fund for my spending on travel. Oh wait, I don't need 500, so let's do 300. Yeah. Okay, so the budget is balanced. It's officially in the positives. I'm not super mad about that considering I didn't pull from my sinking funds in November. That's usually the case. It's usually the month after where all my credit card bills are due from all the spending. Okay, you guys, successful little budget session. Thank you so much for joining me for the December financial reset. And thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring the video. I'm obsessed. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I will have a what I spend in a week from Black Friday week up on my channel next. I think I'm gonna have a week off from YouTube just because I will be on holidays. I don't want to be working while I'm taking a vacation. So that will be coming the next video after this one. And then I'll be back with some holiday content, hopefully. Busy time of year. And also don't forget to submit yourself for the budget tracker testing if you are interested in doing so. Really appreciate you guys helping me out with that. I had so much interest. So I really appreciate you guys taking your time to help me with this. I really, really appreciate it. So love you guys so much. Also, do not forget about the Black Friday sale. If you're interested in the budget trackers, the 2025, 2024, the net worth tracker, 75% off for a limited time up to December 3rd. So grab it while you can. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Love you so much.